Oh, hey, hello and welcome everybody. Friday night, Dino's Wrath. A lot of pain is, well, hopefully it's going to be coming to the opponents that have any creatures, any decks with any creatures. Elementals, Rakdos mid-range. I mean, you can see all that stuff there. I'll go over the list. I definitely have a fantastic match I did on my phone, which I'm trimming up right now, but I'll post that probably a little bit after I'm done the stream here. Maybe tomorrow, if I can get it all edited nicely. But oh, this is some painful stuff. Not so much for us, but we're starting off with Anger of the Gods. 4 copies. Ouch. Enough said there. Sweltering Suns. Quite similar to Anger of the Gods. 3 damage, again, to each creature, but with the cycling for 3, of course. If it's a deck that doesn't have many creatures, or any creatures, of course, it's not another dead card, similar to Anger of the Gods. But speaking of dead cards, at the very least, pinging Ranging Raptors or Ripjaw Raptor, that does add a little bit of value to Anger. Technically, if only Ripjaw is out, or say Topiary Stomper and Ripjaw, Anger of the Gods, in a way, has cycling 3. It's not instant speed that we can get rid of it, but we're still paying a similar cost to like Sweltering Suns there. We have to sink in red mana, but with Ripjaw, it kind of keep in mind that Anger, Sweltering, and even Storm's Wrath, they all, in a way, have a pseudo-cycling, you could say. So that's still pretty good. Ripjaw, definitely quite fantastic for this variation. Marauding Raptor. I mean, we have some dinos. I basically have Marauding Raptor in there to potentially up the aggression early on, especially if they don't have removal, but also to get, hopefully, some extra pings off of Ranging Raptors and Ripjaw Raptor, following up on a turn afterwards with Sweltering Sun, Anger of the Gods, Storm's Wrath, something like that. Thunderherd Migration, as always, for the fantastic stable ramp. Carnage Tyrant has a big, super duper hard to deal with threat, something that also survives Storm's Wrath. I was looking at other dinos maybe to jam in here, but I wanted at least for tonight to go crazy. Ultimate sweeper power, red sweepers specifically, just to have that consistency. Storm's Wrath, Anger of the Gods, Sweltering Suns. Oh man, that is nasty. And tonight I did go up to 24 lands. Fantastic. Hopefully we don't get flooded too much. Have gotten flooded in the past at 20, but that can happen to anybody, as we know. Sideboard wise, lots of that graveyard hate, especially if we face Rakdos, but Greasefang as well, cheating out those big vehicles from the graveyard. We got to watch out for that. So we got the 4 unlicensed Hearse, Deathgore Scavenger. Good stuff. Shifting Ceratops, if we got the control matchup. Yes, Heaven, 24 lands. Very spicy, I think. I'm looking at other enraged dinos. Ripjaw Raptor and Ranging definitely are the best. Again, just to get more value from these damage-based sweepers we got going on here. Certainly, it would be a fun thing to try. If you guys wanted to go and add something else with Enrage, I might try it out. Super Sweeper Enrage. Enraged Wrath dinos. Something. It's a lot of rage going around. Hopefully to the opponent. And, I forget what one of you guys mentioned the Immortal Sun? Pterosaurus? I think that was you. But 4 Immortal Suns. Ryle? Yes, definitely. Ryle. That is actually fantastic. We'll bring that up quickly just before we start here. But yes, I do like Ryle. Deal 1 damage to target creature you control, of course. Slapping that on a Ranging Raptors, Ripjaw Raptor. Yes, Immortal Sun, yes, that was you. But yeah, it's the fantastic pinging to get value and trample. Hopefully it's probably on Ripjaw Raptor just because it is bigger. You probably still aren't going to get too much damage through with trample on this guy, but it is still pretty fantastic. 1 red to draw 2 cards and to get trample on Ripjaw. That's pretty sweet. But, yes, 4 Immortal Suns. Of course, it's legendary. Hopefully we don't see multiple copies, but we'll shut down planeswalkers. We'll cast sweepers for cheaper. It does all kinds of good stuff. I'm excited to potentially bring it in. Game plan's pretty simple. Slam some dinos, keep them in check with the stuff that deals 3, and smoke the planeswalkers as well as the creatures with Storm's Wrath right here. Yeah, okay, I think we jump right into it. No Galta, yes, heaven. I know this is crazy. I felt like with all the fantastic removal for something any size, Galta sometimes doesn't last, and I wanted the costliest thing to be something durable, very hard to interact with. If they don't have a sweeper, Carnage Tyrant is a good thing. Usually, hopefully, you know, Storm's Wrath, Anger of the Gods, it's clearing out the entire board, and we're left with Carnage Tyrant, which should be enough to finish the game, I would imagine. Just swing with this guy a couple of times, maybe drop a couple copies, and they start to recover with, you know, some creatures that are going to take out Carnage Tyrant by double blocking, perhaps. They got 2 3/3s. That would be a very sad day, but it's probably a good chance we have one of these sweepers, another copy in hand to smoke them again, set them back, still be left with Carnage Tyrant, keep swinging with this guy, and get the job done like I got done against humans. It was Abzan humans. Matching my phone there. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Definitely, you guys will want to keep an eye out for that when I finish editing it. But I think we should jump right into the first match here and cross the fingers. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, I have to charge my keyboard again. It's a light up one, press the keys, that sort of thing. Board fell down, my goodness. Don't want the keyboard to die. I guess technically I don't need my keyboard for this game. Certainly you need it for League of Legends, but there we go. Charging. Playing first. Good. Ooh, you know, I think we could keep this. Hopefully it's something like mono red, but it's a very interesting start for sure. Again, definitely nice. We might potentially cycle Sweltering Suns on turn 3 there. Oh, we got mono blue spirits, or just blue snow, something like that. Control key sometimes, okay. Oh, gee. Oh, what are we gonna do? Bam. Ouch. Well, there's dinosaur skins, prehistoric stuff. Yeah, basically there's a line of prehistoric things. Hopefully they don't counter this. Oh, interesting. Well, they're not going to expect a third sweeper here. Yes, definitely they're going to concede when we go Shifting Ceratops for sure. I'll go with one Marauding Raptor. They'd probably not think, oh, this person played a creature, they must not have any other sweepers. Hopefully that's the case. Yeah, there's a prehistoric Cho'Gath. Hey, but thanks for saving it. Man, this opponent is very nice. I like this opponent. I just have to hope they don't have a counter spell. There's a variety of... Oh, Carnage Tyrant. Well, that is good. That is also a big headache. I think they're going to have trouble with that. Shifting Ceratops dead. Renekton definitely is kind of dino-ish. I think there's a prehistoric Renekton, but definitely prehistoric Anivia. Looks like a pterodactyl. That's probably about the closest, I think, to a dinosaur. Cho'Gath, though. He's kind of like a full-on T-Rex skeleton sort of thing. Now we're going to try for the Marauding. Hopefully that draws out a counter spell, if they have it. Oh, they don't. Huh. Well, I'll attack with Carnage Tyrant. A lot of Smite? Yeah, I haven't really played Smite before, but I know of it. No counterspell. Oh, yes. There we go. I'm going to keep that land in hand just to kind of make them scared that it's something better. Oh, oh my goodness. We are starting off strong here. We took a game from them and we didn't even need Shifting Ceratops. Pterosaurus, we are the control deck here. You gotta leave a like after a game like that. Hopefully we take the match. I definitely feel quite positive. I was pretty scared. What they had in hand could have potentially been a counter spell. Often mono blue spirits, they have quite a few counter spells, especially. I killed my raptors just because I wanted to draw out a counter spell if they had it. Pretty much. Just to potentially play that Anger of the Gods a little bit safer if one of those Marauding Raptors did get answered by a counter spell. Rather than waste it on a Marauding, other than Anger of the Gods, which luckily they didn't still have a counter spell for it. Okay, we saw what it was. I think I'm just going to keep in all the sweepers. That was fantastic. And we probably don't need Topiary Stomper. Nah. We got Shifting Ceratops. Feels pretty good switching Topiary for Shifting, which is the ultimate card against this deck. Any deck that's mono blue, of course. I've seen decks like this run, feels like up to 8 counter spells. Geistlight, Snare, and I forget what else. The one, if you control creatures with flying, it costs less, or you have to pay 3 instead of 1. Something like that, but pretty sure there's a potential of them running 8 or more. It gets very annoying, so definitely seeing Shifting Ceratops. We got enough for it at some point. Oh, we got the Anger. I'll see how much they play this turn, but I may be tempted to go with Anger turn 3. Ooh. Probably a little bit worried. Actually, I'm going to play creatures to kind of maybe make them think, oh, they don't have more in hand, but they probably suspect some shenanigans. Hey, man, you want to save it? Again, thank you. They're probably going to, if anything, they're going to play stuff that has flash. Let's go with Marauding again. Make them think it's the only thing we potentially could play. Try and get them to play creatures. Fading Hope? That's alright. A number of spirits and a number of flyers do have flash. I expected something like that. Oh, double Shifting Ceratops, bam, let's go. Unfortunately, Shifting Ceratops does have 4 toughness. Kind of sucks that it dies to Storm's Wrath, but yeah, it's not the worst thing. Nuts, the spirit has flying. Okay, well, definitely I'm playing the next one, that's for sure. I'm just going to keep swinging, basically. I would imagine they forgot about the potential of Shifting Ceratops having reach. We'll see here if they forgot about that. They can't do anything to it, which is quite nice. Ascendant Spirit is going to... Boom. Ooh. I don't know if you guys are up on the meta, but Mono Blue Spirits is pretty popular and pretty powerful, but sure didn't seem too powerful there. Definitely, I mean, I have gotten beat quite decisively against Mono Blue Spirits, Mono Blue Tempo before. Just, yeah, GG, yes, you said it. Getting beat. If you don't draw Shifting Ceratops, it can be rough, but, I mean, you saw game one, just sweeper after sweeper, smoking them. Luckily, we didn't have to worry about two of those lords, Supreme Phantom, getting either to 4 toughness. It would have been rough. Anger of the Gods or Sweltering Suns not being able to take them out, unfortunately. But yes, it was easy. It was fantastic. Classic. Oh my goodness, guys. We're up to 7 concurrent viewers already. We've only been going for about 15 minutes here. Wow. Wow, that is fantastic. Oh, stay tuned, because that started off pretty good. Maybe we break it, and we go to 12 concurrent viewers. 13, who knows? Lucky number 13 tonight. Looks good, though. We got turn 2 Thunderherd, turn 3 Sheltering. Well, they'll have to shelter after that, but it probably won't save them. Yeah, we got lots of good options here. Could go Ripjaw Raptor on turn 3 after the Thunderherd Migration. We'll see if we finally face a Rakdos mid-range deck, which we didn't face at all last night. It was kind of close. Well, not really. Jund to finish things off last night, but I think there'll be... Oh, there we go. I think this is the Rakdos. Now, because it's Rakdos, I'm going to play things safe. Going to go Thunderherd Migration. Oh, shoot. Yes, I don't got sweepers. I only have creatures. Nuts. The nuts. This is not good. Next turn, I could go Marauding Raptor plus Ranging Raptors. Marauding for 2, Ranging for 2. I got 4 lands. That could be pretty nice. We'll see if they go Thoughtseize. Gain the information that we do have a sweeper. Hopefully that's not the case. And we can kind of surprise them. Well, they're worried. Oh, okay. Well, I jinxed myself. But it is a fantastic card. Hard to say what they'll get rid of. I think it might be Ripjaw. Potentially Sweltering Suns, just because that could be so devastating. I spooked them. I think I spooked them. I'm wondering if they're missing their land drop, perhaps. Oh, okay, they didn't. Well, no, this is also very good. I'm going to go with the Topiary Stomper instead. No real reason, but want to make use of Marauding Raptors. Hopefully, get at least one swing off with a buff Marauding Raptor. But this may not be Rakdos. It's looking like Mardu Greasefang. Black, red, white. Get those big vehicles into the graveyard and then cheat them out. Cause pain and suffering. So it's Ripjaw. 100%. Sheltered Thicket, good stuff. Yep, get the lands, get to 7. Oh, I like it. Definitely, that felt kind of nice. Pairing tons of ramp, Topiary, Ranging, plus Thunderherd Migration. You see how quickly we got to 7 and we're able to attack with Topiary Stomper here. I think that might potentially be the right way to go. Topiary, Thunderherd, and Ranging Raptors. I think you have to add at least 10 basic lands at that point, just so you know, you have plenty of hits often enough for all 3 of those cards. I might go down to 8, but I probably wouldn't go lower than 8 basic lands if you're using all 3 of that stuff. Yeah, I think at least 10. Probably up the land count if you're using 20 lands, but up at 22, 24. I don't think I'd ever really need to go above 24, but I haven't ruled that out yet. Paulo, how's it going? How is it going? It's going pretty good. Had a fantastic first match. Hopefully you saw that against Mono Blue Spirits. Man, beating them in 2. Thanks in part to the sweepers here. Some of the sweepers. Okay, good. They didn't get Parhelion 2 into the graveyard. Oh, play the Blood Tithe Harvester. I don't care. Oh, the Carnage Tyrant. Well, you know, that's what I want to be playing instead. I think we're bringing the pain to them right now. My goodness. Just maximum aggression. If we can also take down Mardu Greasefang, I would be quite pleased. It would be better to save the Sweltering Suns at least until, where is it? Reflection of Kiki Jiki here flips over, just so get rid of that. Don't have to worry about them copying anything big and nasty. But I think their back's against the wall. Still no Parhelion. If this is something Greasefang related. Perhaps it's just Mardu control. It's hard to say, but I definitely feel nice having Carnage Tyrant in, starting off with it, at least for game 1. Just a fantastic, sticky threat. I don't think there's much they can do. They got up to 3 mana right now. I don't see how that would save them. Mardu just dead. Mardu not so well. Aha. Okay, tonight is it's going pretty good, but we saw Mardu, Greasefang. Like I was mentioning, even before we started off the matches here, I got lots of graveyard hate if we face something Greasefang related, graveyard related, and yeah, it definitely seems like that's what it is. But they can quite easily kill Marauding Raptor. I know it is certainly very fantastic. Does die to Anger of the Gods, Sweltering Suns, all that stuff. Yes, good game. Thank you. Cutting 3 more things, though. I definitely want to keep in Storm's Wrath. Again, the angel tokens that Parhelion 2 makes whenever it attacks. Makes 2 of them. They're 4/4s, so Storm's Wrath being able to take those out, dealing 4 damage to each creature, definitely is quite nice. And I would imagine there's the potential of planeswalkers as well. Certainly these 3 are quite nice too, or these 2 are quite nice, dealing 3 damage to everything, keeping things mostly clear. I'm thinking Ranging Raptors, though. 3 ranging, yeah. Definitely want lots of graveyard hate. Perhaps we have too much graveyard hate. Especially if we land, say, 2 unlicensed hearses, Death Gorge plus unlicensed hearse, there's a pretty good chance there could be nothing in the graveyard to eat or exile. That's interesting. We'll keep it. Might be bad, might be good, but we got a lot of pain. Anything they play is dead, dead, and more dead. Werewolves? Hey, I do hope Paulo, you or anybody else is lucky enough. I definitely feel fortunate having found something like this, just sticking with it. I do wish that for everybody. Absolutely. Nuts, though. Well, we're hoping for a third land here. Cross the fingers. Cross the claws. Here goes nothing. Ooh. Yeah, with 24 lands, it's, you know, can happen. I still love dinos, you know, even during situations like this, but definitely let's get rid of a Sweltering Suns. Maybe it would be nice to take them out there. Maybe they're thinking about a Thoughtseize. Ooh, oh boy, this is not good. I definitely wouldn't have expected to still be hoping for the third land. Wow. Third land coming up. Oh, they got Greasefang. Yeah, that, well, that will do it. That will do it. At least they don't know that we do have some pretty fantastic graveyard hate. I'll keep it like that. I'm thinking maybe I could have taken out Sweltering Suns. Perhaps 8 total sweepers would be enough, but I do like to keep things down. Greasefang, if you do kill it without exiling it, it can potentially come back pretty easily with reanimation spells from the graveyard. I've seen that happen quite a bit. Can't stay away from... what was that? Dungeons and Dragons? I think it was from the Dungeons and Dragons set. Features a cat, something about 9 lives, but reanimation, and then you can flash back it to reanimate and get something back from the graveyard, put it onto the battlefield. Pretty rough. Definitely the exile part is quite applicable. Alright, let's hope for 3 lands at least. Ooh, okay, wow, that is a lot better, for sure. Haven't looked too much into Baldur's Gate. Probably should, just to see if there's anything that sticks out. I think some of the artifacts, now that I think about it, can't remember exactly, but I feel like there was one that was pretty interesting potential. Oh, is this the stumbling in the land? Not stumbling in the land department, I don't think. But they got to be worried about the Carnage Tyrant, which are... oh, they're worried about the sweepers. Yes, that fantastic amount of new dragons for sure. Definitely, if somebody is loving dragons, they got a lot of pretty good options. Oh, there's the anger. That's why you have a bunch of sweepers, my friends. Certainly going to drop a Carnage Tyrant next turn. I wouldn't expect them to be able to discard both. Pretty nice seeing them get rid of the Fatal Push, because that's not going to do anything against good old Carney T. Yippee. But I do hope there's something that we can interact with the graveyard. Unless one's going down, I think. Hey, that's all right. Yeah, it's got to be Carnage Tyrant. They don't have a Parhelion 2 in the graveyard yet, otherwise probably a pretty good chance I would have gone Anger of the Gods plus Deathgorge, but again, I do want Anger of the Gods to take out Reflection of Creepy Jiki here. They gotta be a little bit worried. Everything's dying next turn. Pretty exciting. Oh boy. Will we take down another pretty classic meta deck at the moment? I think we might have a good chance at that. They could have a Meat Hook Massacre, now that I think about it. I think they have a Meat Hook Massacre. Let's not block. I feel they had a Meat Hook Massacre, which would have taken out Carnage Tyrant. It all depends. You definitely can be more aggro, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, it could be more mid-range aggro. Depends. You could have a ton of dinos. Topiary Stomper for 3, Deathgorge for 3, Rampaging Ferocidon for 3. You could really drop that curve super low and certainly would be more leaning towards an aggro mid-range, I think. It all depends. All depends. Basically based on preference here. You could go more towards higher cost things like Carnage Tyrant. Certainly I think Carnage Tyrant is right in any dino list at this point. But yeah, a lot of dinos at 3. You could be pretty aggressive with that. Oh, okay, good. Good. Still no Parhelion 2 in the graveyard. This is looking good. They have to either play something to live or just pack it in right here. If they had the Parhelion 2, we would be dead, I believe. Parhelion is 5 plus... Oh no, we'd only be at 1, I think, if they had Parhelion 2. Parhelion is a 5/5 plus 2 4/4 angel tokens would be 8. 5, 8, 10, 13. No, it would be exactly lethal. Boros Dinos, yes. Actually, Boros Dinos can be quite fantastic. I did it a couple nights. They're actually pretty aggro, Paulo, like you mentioned. But Boros Dinos, you got Marauding Raptor, Otepec Hunt Master, Rampaging Ferocidon, Charging Monstrosaur. Is pretty good. Maybe not so much with the white dinos, but there are a couple nice ones. Kanjali's Collar, reducing each dino by 1. Is quite fantastic. They're dead. They're dead. What? They might be dead. Ooh. Oh, maybe. Alright. Maximum damage. Here we go. Definitely. Trapjaw plus Ryle. Anything to ping Trapjaw Tyrant and see that fantastic exile animation. Temporarily get rid of lots of stuff, but I think if you are going to use Trapjaw Tyrant, just because there is the potential for everything that's exiled to come back if it does leave the battlefield, I think it's good to use something that can give hexproof, indestructible, just to protect it, because it's probably going to become public enemy number 1 pretty darn quick. Something like Tamio's Safekeeping, Blossoming Defense, that sort of thing. Still no Parhelion, but I think we'll just go with Deathgorge anyways. hey, no, that's all right. JDX, definitely you want to look back and see the fantastic match against Mono Blue Spirits. Absolutely. Absolutely. There is white spells, yes. Unbreakable Formation from one of the Ravnicas, one of the newest Ravnicas. So 2 and a white, instant speed to give each creature you control indestructible. But if you cast it during your main phase, each of those creatures gain vigilance, and you put a 1/1 counter on them. So would be fantastic to use, you know, just before you attack. Everything's a little bit bigger. It's also got vigilance and, of course, indestructible. But being instant speed, you could use it at any time to save them from some sort of sweeper, perhaps. But I think I'd probably just use Heroic Intervention. Or, no, Boros. So you're not in green. Yeah, Unbreakable Formation would probably be the thing to look at. I've always thought about adding that in. I do like vigilance on stuff, not leaving yourself open with everything being tapped. Oh. Did we get him? Oh. Oh. JDX, you missed the first 30 minutes, but you got here in time to see that ad wolf. Man, I think it's still too soon to say I'm onto something, but it certainly seems to be working. Yes, GG. We've all probably faced this deck at some point, may have used it. Wow, that was good. Okay. Not much more to say about that. Definitely seems like my suspicions have been confirmed. Getting Carnage Tyrant, fantastic threat. And then you just keep sweeping things. Carnage Tyrant always sticking around. Don't have to worry about him kicking the can, at the very least. I mean, you probably lose Marauding, Topiary Stomper, perhaps, stuff like that. But if you're left with Carnage Tyrant, that's a pretty fantastic thing to be left with. Kind of worried about this, and no sweeper, but we'll keep it. We got 3 lands, we got a bunch of... we got the Rakdos. Gruul Dinos, Storm the Festival. I think I actually might have tried Storm the Festival once. I was pretty intrigued by it, to say the least. Definitely I can see Quartzwood Crasher, Regisaur Alpha. Maybe possibly grabbing a Carnage Tyrant. That would be pretty fantastic, but there are a lot of dinos at 5 and certainly above. Yeah, I do like Storm the Festival. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. This is hurting a little bit, though. Yeah, definitely. I would take a look at that list for sure. Oh, hey, whoa. All-time concurrent viewer record. I just looked at the stats. We hit 11 for just a brief second there. My goodness. Oh, thank you, everybody, for watching. But now, I kind of want to use Sweltering Suns. Yeah, let's use it. Again, we have 12 sweepers we're starting out with, so pretty good chance that we're going to draw another sweeper. Might as well use it now. Don't have to worry about any Valky shenanigans, but they could, yes, change them into the Ranging Raptors. Get a land. A little unfortunate, but making the big leagues, yeah. Man, Man, I haven't seen 11 in quite some time. I should go back and look at which stream actually got 11, but I know that was the all-time record. Oh, 3. I was going to say 4, but 3 Ripjaw Raptors hopefully provide a pretty good... Rakdos mid-range does have lots of good removal, that's for sure. Hopefully they run out. I would imagine they run out with all these creatures we got. Yep, I'm going to block. If they want to double up on damage-based removal, I would be perfectly okay with that. Or Fatal Push. Oh, that is not a smart thing to do. Not smart. Huh. I'm happy. You always gotta love that. It doesn't happen too often, but when they double up, you get 2 triggers of Ripjaw Raptor. You gotta love it. If I had the full 6 on tap, I would have gone both Ranging Raptors, probably. Chandra, you can't take out Ripjaw. Grixis. Okay, so it's not actually Rakdos. Interesting. Oh, the Storm's Wrath. What? Okay. I like it. Yes, it absolutely was nice. Let's get rid of Chandra there. Don't want him to ramp. Don't want him to be playing extra nuts. Extra stuff, I was going to say. Well, we don't need Sheltered Thicket, that's for sure. But we got a Rockfall Vale. We got a Ranging. It is something. This could be pretty hard. In the past, I've done pretty good against Grixis for whatever reason, but certainly they have a lot of removal, even more answers with access to blue. Meat Hook Massacre can get bad, that's for sure. Let's cycle that Sweltering Suns and hope for a Carnage Tyrant. Unfortunately, nobody really hasty. We don't start off with Shifting Ceratops. We don't have Regisaur Alpha at all, which it would have been nice to take out Nicol Bolas there. Pterosaurus, you said it. I think it's time for the Immortal Sun. That's going to be nice, especially if, you know, they ever do flip Valky, God of Lies here, make it Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. Like they just did. Nuts. This is not... Oh, excuse me. Not our game. So, we're slapping in all the Immortal Suns. We're bringing the pain and suffering. Shifting Ceratops. Again, Shifting Ceratops protection from blue. Don't have to worry about Nicol Bolas potentially targeting it, which is quite nice. Sweeper-wise, I don't think they have... Well, they do have Bone Crusher Giant. Perhaps other creatures that have 3 toughness. I think I'll still keep in Anger of the Gods, Sweltering Suns. Ranging Raptors, though, I feel like I could cut that. And possibly Ripjaw. Hey, I always do my best. I'm always having a good time, staying positive. As positive as one can be in these situations. Oh, yes, I did just see the email there, but yeah. Always happy to stay positive, and I mean, I'm always having fun. Definitely a joy either way. Okay, that's better. That first hand only had one land, but hey, we see the Immortal Sun. We're going to shut off that Nicol Bolas, Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter, Chandra, all that good stuff. Storm's Wrath. Kind of feel like I want both bodies. Oh, so double Immortal Sun. Well, then we don't need two, but if they have a way of getting rid of it, well, they see it. Yeah, they probably didn't expect to see that. I bet that was pretty surprising. Hopefully we can quite easily get to 6. A little unfortunate we had to say goodbye to Topiary Stomper there. Oh, more Immortal Suns. I guess they're not so immortal. You need a bunch of them. Well, they will be immortal because they just keep playing them. You can't get... Bam, there we go. That's what you want. That's why you pack a bunch of sweepers. Oh, that probably brought them lots of pain. Gonna try for shifting, probably... Pretty good chance whatever we play is dead. Black base, so Shifting Ceratops can't unfortunately dodge that. Too much. Yes. We got an anger. It's not a land, but I kind of wanted to keep maybe Ranging Raptors. Well, hey, we got lots of copies. They got a rush. Oh boy, we're at 5. We're at 5. Here goes nothing. One more land. One more land. One more land. And no counterspell. That was painful. Oh, there we go. Hopefully it survives. It may not. Yeah, that's about the only thing they can do now. Nice dabbing, yes. Let's draw extra cards and hope they're not both lands. Good, good stuff. Yes, hey. I mean, most people probably wouldn't add in all 4 copies, but because we had all 4, definitely, that helped. I'll keep the land in hand. I would imagine Ripjaw is still probably dead to something. As long as we can get 2 bodies to stick around, start potentially blocking these Hive of the Eye Tyrants here, which are going to be causing quite a bit of trouble with Menace. They can fly right past Ripjaw Raptor. Okay. Oh, so lands for lands and lands and lands. My. It's getting tight. It's close. We don't got creatures. Man, I really wish I had some sort of instant speed sweeper to take out these Hive of the Eye Tyrants. That would be helpful. Ooh, well, that's why you got lots of Sheltered Thickets to at least cycle stuff away. Oof, there we go, the Carnage Tyrant. Phew. Hopefully it's enough, but I think they can make double Hive of the Eye. Yeah, no, that's... Shoot. This is going to be tough. I think that does it. Whenever the Eye Tyrant takes 4, so on. Okay. Well, we can't attack because we would be dead. We may still be dead. We are dead. Ouch. Well, that's how she goes. Sometimes, unfortunately, the man lands. Hydra the Eye Tyrant having menace. Well, it is and was a menace. It was pretty cool. That was actually quite interesting, I think. I suspect they probably had a bunch of other planeswalkers in hand. They just had no way to deal with Immortal Sun. They probably had a bunch of dead cards. Maybe some extra copies of Nicol Bolas, Chandras, some other copies of Valky. It was pretty cool when they played him, revealed our hand, and we just had lands. It was unfortunate, but hey, no, I try my best, always. Thumbnails, titles, everything. At the very least, it's been quite interesting tonight. Yes, Heaven, you can't use, nobody can use Planeswalker's loyalty abilities. It literally makes them dead. Makes them worse than paperweights. They'd be pretty bad paperweights because they wouldn't weigh very much, but it makes them useless, which is that's a thumbs up from me. And I do like the looks at Rakdos. Are we facing another Rakdos here? This could be good. We got at least 3 lands, tons of stuff. That costs 3. The Thoughtseize. Interesting. Oh yeah. Definitely would have been useful. I think I might just leave the Immortal Sun in. Maybe go down to 3 copies, but you saw having so many right there, we were able to play it just due to that fact. Oh, the Storm's Wrath, yep. Let's go with the Topiary Stomper just to get to that 4th land, unlock the possibility of Storm's Wrath next turn, which I think I might do. We'll see. If they play more creatures, I think I might do it. Ooh, that's getting pretty good. Oh, yep. Let's do it. Drawing the 2nd copy of Storm's Wrath, absolutely. I locked that plan in place. Ah, shoot. Topiary Stomper it is. I was hoping we would draw a replacement sweeper. That would have been pretty good, but Revealing Eye, we're going to want to take out Marauding. You love to see it. Pretty fantastic in this scenario. Get to go ranging. Definitely, if there's the option, if you have Marauding out and you have the option of Topiary or ranging, and you can only go one or the other, it makes sense to. Oh, wow, huh? Okay, they just quit. That was interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Well, we're going to want to be taking out this Revealing Eye again. The menace from, well, Hydra the Eye Tyrant was pretty nasty the previous game. I think they were scared of all that ramp. Topiary, Ranging, Thunderherd Migration. Of course, you can't really kill a land. I can basically guarantee this opponent doesn't have anything that could destroy a basic land. Something like Stone Rain that destroys a land for 2 and a red. It's not legal in Explorer, which is pretty good, but the best kind of ramp. Stable ramp. It's good stuff. All right. Rakdos, let's bring in the graveyard hate. I do want to keep in all the sweepers. Gonna cut Marauding Raptor. It was pretty fantastic there. We saw the pinging, but again, they likely have a bunch of fatal pushes. Perhaps they would cut some of them, seeing the amount of creatures we have above 2, but they do have blood tokens, so it is easy to meet the requirement of some permanent leaving, being able to then kill something up to a mana value of 4. Maybe we don't need the Death Gorge. I'll keep the Death Gorge out. Yeah, keep it like that. Kind of similar to the first game. Seemed to do the trick with all that fantastic, scary ramp. Carnage Tyrant is going to be good. Ooh, yeah. Even if we see a Thoughtseize, of course, there is a pretty good chance we do get to... Oh! What the heck? My goodness, guys. Rakdos midrange. We take it down. We take down Mono Blue Spirits. Mardu Greasefang. Ooh, we're on fire tonight. It may be safe to say I'm getting on to something here. Jam a bunch of stable ramp. Be able to play those sweepers. Use Ranging Raptors as a blocker. If it dies, you get a land that would unlock the potential of Storm's Wrath. Getting to that 4th land. Combinations. And plus, I could add even more sweepers. Burn down the house. You guys have suggested. I haven't tried burn down the house yet, but being able to either deal 5 damage to everything or make 3 1/1 devil tokens could be a consideration as well. I have been thinking about something that deals 4 damage to each creature or more. Storm's Wrath, it is basically the only sweeper of its kind that deals 4 damage, so I may have to up it to 5. Ooh. Dr. Waffle Chops. I think we're going to keep this. Watch out. Double Thunderherd Migration. Hey, you can't kill that. Mardu Greasefang again, I think. I guess I could have revealed Ripjaw Raptor since I would be at 4 this coming turn, being able to play it. But it's looking like Mardu Greasefang. That's my bet. Boros aggro, maybe? No. It's got to be something Greasefang related. Missing the land drops, perhaps? Maybe they had to go AFK. Oh, they missed. They're missing land drops. Okay. Oh. Woo! Dr. Waffle Chops waffled in the land department. So we took a game from what I would expect is Mardu Greasefang. If that is the case, definitely I'm going to bring in the Unlicensed Hearse, Death Gorge Scavenger, bring the hate to the graveyard. Scared of the ramp. And maybe that's even more menacing than Sweltering Sun's Anger of the Gods and Storm's Wrath, the fantastic sweeper package. The package of ramping with Thunderherd, Ranging Raptors, and Topiary Stomper. The ultimate scary, hard to deal with because they're lands. But since it's Mardu, yeah, I'll catch Marauding Raptor, unfortunately. Likely Fatal Push, stuff that easily gets rid of it, unfortunately. Nah, we'll leave Immortal Sun out. I don't think Greasefang has much, if any, planeswalkers. Not a whole lot. Definitely a lot less than Grixis there, that's for sure. Yeah, ranging. One Storm's Wrath. I was thinking maybe cutting a couple more Storm's Wrath. Just because I think 3 is definitely really impactful. There's not a whole lot of stuff that has 4 toughness other than the Angel tokens made by Parhelion 2. Again, the ramp certainly seems to be scary. And starting off with 2 lands, Unlicensed Hearse, I'd like to... Ooh, hey, yes, get some nasty stuff in the graveyard, please. Oh. Turn 2, they got the Parhelion 2, and they're going to say goodbye. Send that vehicle to the scrapyard, please. See you later. There we go. Oh, boy. Scared of the ramp, scared of dinosaurs driving cars and vehicles. There's a reason this card is sitting at about $11-12 US, I think, at the moment. It's the most expensive vehicle in the game. I'm pretty sure. I looked up on Scryfall. I sorted by USD. I'm pretty sure it's the most expensive vehicle in the game at the moment, for good reason. If it helps me win against Mardu Greasefang, I want it. Because they could have had that Parhelion. There's a pretty good chance they had a source of black. They would have been able to cast Mardu or Greasefang that turn. They would have had Parhelion 2 in the graveyard, but because Unlicensed Hearse, bam. If I was hoping for Deathgorge Scavenger to eat up Parhelion 2, of course, that would have been 1 turn too slow. Definitely. So, if you guys aren't using Unlicensed Hearse, I think that could be the thing of choice against anything graveyard related. I think it's probably the best thing. There is some scenarios where Deathgorge could be better. Of course, if you get to play Deathgorge and then swing with him due to haste, you get to maximize the benefit of when he enters and attacks, just to package that up and be able to swing for 5 damage on that turn. But Unlicensed Hearse, we're on fire. Yes, definitely. I think I prefer it over Grafdigger's Cage. I like having extra bodies, for sure. We could look at Grafdigger's Cage, but I think if I had to choose something versus Grafdiggers or Weathered Runestone, I think I would choose Weathered Runestone. Graf. 2 Fs? No. Must be 1. Grafdiggers. No. There we go. Yeah, so Grafdigger's Cage, of course, it's classic, fantastic. It does get redundant. If I do want it, I probably want to have 4 copies, but most people don't have 4 copies in the sideboard because of the fact it's completely useless to have multiple copies. But yeah, it would certainly shut things down. I could see myself maybe adding a couple in. Package that with Graveyard Hate from Unlicensed Hearse. I think that would be pretty good, just to have some redundancies in the graveyard hating department. You could have Grafdigger's Cage, but Weathered Runestone is actually slightly better than Grafdigger's Cage. No, that's... How do you spell weathered? Nope, not a slash. My microphone's in front of my keyboard. Okay. So technically, Weathered Runestone is better. It does cost 1 more. Of course, it is an uncommon. So it's pretty easy for people to sink wild cards into, but non-land permanents in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. You never... Okay, this is a lesson in comparability. Usually, you know, Weathered Runestone would be fine if you have it. Grafdigger's Cage, it's not going to do a whole lot for the opponent's turn 2. Likely they aren't able to do anything crazy cheating out from the graveyard until turn 3, so by that point you would have at least 2. Hopefully you could play Weathered Runestone anyways. Yes, I know, absolutely. So if you're on a budget, wildcard wise, sink 4 into Weathered Runestone, it's good. But the non-land permanents in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. And then if you go to Grafdigger's Cage, creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. So Weathered Runestone actually shuts down anything that could potentially be cheated out of the graveyard or library. Enchantments, Storm the Festival, I believe you mentioned. Storm. Pretty sure Storm the Festival, yes. So, Storm the Festival, you may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. So if both those permanents were, say, an enchantment and an artifact, Weathered Runestone would actually stop that stuff from coming into play, where Grafdigger's Cage actually wouldn't do anything to stop Storm the Festival. So, Weathered Runestone, shutting down even more stuff, whether or not it's applicable enough that you want to shut down more things. I think Weathered Runestone is a good consideration. Velomachus, killing you lately? Okay. Let's take a look at Velomachus. Nope, that's... What do you spell Velo? Pretty sure. Velo... Nope. Dragon. Red, white, multicolored. I don't... Okay. That's why we weren't seeing it. I don't have a copy. Yeah, definitely Velomachus. Lorehold was pretty nasty when I used to face it in Historic. Very, very painful stuff. Cast an instant or sorcery. Yeah, that would be rough. Actually, does Grafdigger shut that down? Nope. Nope. Type it right. Come on. Oh, yes. Can't cast spells from graveyards to libraries. Okay. Yeah. No, Grafdiggers or Weathered Runestone. Absolutely. I think that would be a pretty good addition to a sideboard. Just, you know, so you don't get caught out. You at least have some chance to stop stuff that's cheating out creatures, non-land permanents with Weathered Runestone, or people cheating and casting spells from their graveyard or library. Yeah. But definitely, Weathered Runestone, check it out. Just to give yourself some coverage for the cheating decks. Yeah. All right. I think that'll about do it for tonight. That was very fantastic, everybody. Tied the all-time concurrent viewers record. That was pretty sweet. Wow. I was hoping it was going to happen sometime. Yes, no. I appreciate that. I'm always happy to be helpful. I think for the most part I can at least provide some insight from experiences that I've had, but I've looked at just so many combinations, what is the best for this scenario or this scenario. Pretty familiar with basically most every card on Arena. I've pretty much read them all artifacts, all red and green cards, most white cards, a lot of black cards. But yeah, no, certainly. I like comparing stuff. Yes, thanks for watching, Heaven. Definitely, I'll talk to you soon. JDX, Blue Bear, Draco, if you're watching, anybody else, right now or later on. Thank you very much. Have a good night, a good morning, a good evening, good afternoon, and I'll see you next time. Remember, there is always room for improvement. Peace. Yes, stay safe. See you later, Paulo.